Time now to go inside out with our NFL insider, Connor Hughes. Connor, Giants came into this one shorthanded. How much of the game was dictated by key injuries that were just too much to overcome?
I don't know. I mean, look, injuries played a role. I mean, absolutely, there's no denying that. But when I look at the Giants and I look at the Cowboys, what I see are two teams that are really just on completely different realms, polar opposite sides of the talent spectrum. I mean, even if the Giants were completely healthy, they had all their weapons here, the Cowboys are still a significantly better team. And I think what you saw was in the first half how the Giants generally play against every team that they play, right? They keep games ugly, they fight, they scratch, they claw, and they keep things to within a one-possession game. Well, when they play other teams that aren't necessarily as talented as the Cowboys or a team that doesn't have Super Bowl aspirations, they're able to keep that close game into the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, and then squeak out a victory. But here against Dallas, CeeDee Lamb started making plays down the stretch. Pollard started making plays down the stretch. Ezekiel Elliott started making plays down the stretch. And what you saw in the third and fourth quarters was a team in the Cowboys that was significantly more talented than the Giants starting to pull away. And unfortunately for the Giants, as they get to this back half of their schedule, when they see the Philadelphia Eagles a couple more times, these are going to be the type of teams that they play. The easy opponents, they're gone. They're going to have to deal with these tough opponents. And obviously, it's not going to get too much easier here moving on out. And unfortunately, I think you're going to see the talent discrepancy a bit more as this season closes out.
So after this game, what's the biggest takeaway about the Giants' offensive game? Most importantly, how they used Saquon Barkley and his struggles.
That's the thing, right? I mean, when you looked at this Giants offense, we'll put it this way. The Giants offense lacks weapons, right? I mean, they had Sterling Shepard beginning of the year, but he's now gone. They had Wan'Dale Robinson, the promising rookie. He's now gone. So a team that really didn't have that many weapons is now down to basically just Saquon Barkley. And earlier in this year, the Giants offense was able to find success in large part because Saquon Barkley was showing the explosiveness, the acceleration, the game-changing ability that he displayed early in his career. It was all the way back to begin this season. Now, these last four games, aside from that game against Houston, we haven't seen that from Saquon. He's running kind of sluggishly. The explosive plays, they're kind of gone. 3 of his last 4 games, including tonight in Dallas, he has averaged under 4.0 yards per carry. That's just not cutting it. So for a Giants team that already lacks playmakers, to now have their one playmaker in a little bit of a rut struggling, it's not a great sign. And we talked to Brian Daboll after the game, and he was asked, what can they do to get the running game going? What can they do? It's not just blocking. It's also Saquon Barkley. The blocking's got to be better, and Barkley's got to be better because this Giants team, they're not talented enough to rely on talent alone, but they also need the one talented piece they do have, Saquon Barkley, their one legitimate playmaker. They need him to play like an all-star. And over the last month of the season, he hasn't been able to do that. Maybe it's the shoulder injury that's bothering him. Maybe it's all the touches the Giants gave him earlier in the year starting to weigh him down, although Barkley denied that in the locker room after the game. Either way, they need Barkley to be better because right now he's struggling and the Giants offense is struggling with him.
Well, looking at offensive weapons, Odell Beckham Jr. is reportedly meeting with the Cowboys and Giants in the next few weeks. How does this result influence those conversations?
Well, I think to be completely frank with you, I think Odell is going to look at these two teams and see two teams that are going in two opposite directions. I mean, look, what the Giants have accomplished to this point with this roster, having 7 wins, even losing back-to-back games, just having these 7 wins to this point, it is a monumental accomplishment. And I think it shows you that this team is headed in the right direction with Joe Shane calling the shots as general manager and Brian Daboll manning the sidelines. These two men are the right men for the jobs, and they are going to lead the Giants to so many successful seasons moving forward. But it's almost like right now the Giants are exceeding expectations. And the pinnacle of this season, about as much as the Giants are going to accomplish, is getting to the playoffs. That's kind of the wrap. That is their goal, is get to the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys, they're a team that their goal isn't playoffs. Their goal is Super Bowl. So if Odell Beckham Jr. wants to go to a place where he's going to have stats and be the #1 wideout, well, he'll go to the Giants. But if he wants a chance to chase a ring, the Dallas Cowboys or the Buffalo Bills are two teams that are much more suited for that. If he wants a ring, those are the two teams he's probably going to go to. And if you watch this game here, I mean, I think he sees an opportunity to get a ring with Dallas. And unfortunately for Giant fans, this might have sold his decision a little bit.
Well, thank you so much, Connor, for all your insight and analysis on a precarious time for the New York's football sports scene.